The Care Zone for me is a proper grassroots, local community level way of bringing positive change to an area that has been, I suppose, been through many struggles and challenges in relation to health inequalities, high levels of suicide rates, and generally a sense of hopelessness for a long time. So the Care Zone is starting to break through that and to bring some positivity through local community engagement, running community events, and also skilling up local people to be sort of more active in leadership of bringing about sort of that change.
The Care Zone to me is actually magical, and it's a whole new different way of working. It's a bottom-up approach, and it's really involving local residents, the Jimmies and Annies who live in the area, because it's really important that they have a voice and a say, because they hold the answers and all the things, bringing about change as well. I think the other thing that's really key to it, that's really different as well, it's partnership working at its best without even trying. It's bringing people together, like-minded people together who want to make a difference as well, which is so important in order to make things happen.
Community events have been a massive part of what we're trying to do. Seeing is believing. So if a community starts to see the positive things are happening, it starts to change how they're viewing their community. So within the Care Zone area, so far to date, we've run some concerts called the Concert of Hope, which is about bringing people to a space where we're filling. They've been run here in Sacred Heart Church, and the first one we had Brian Kennedy and the Gardner Street Gospel Choir, and it was local people who were behind organising this alongside community workers like ourselves and even clergy people. And the reason for that was because a local resident had the idea that it was important that our young people and our community felt important and felt looked after at a time where it was quite difficult here. And so that was an amazing, uplifting event. Because of the success of that and what that brought about, that really sort of motivated the Care Zone Working Group to continue to run and deliver high quality, positive, hope-bringing and changing events such as like Care Zone Fun Days that we've had 2 now in the Marylebone Park, where we've had over 800 people attend in the summertime, really embracing the only green space in this community and making the most out of it.
I think it's in Harrow went about organising the event. It wasn't just putting a poster up, it was doing that legwork thanks to you and so many young people in the area and putting those out, because I think that's really, really important, and that people, that you continually do that legwork, inform people of different events as well. Because even if you look at when Sean was talking about the Concert of Hope, the big thing with that was when the leaflets went round the doors, you had to bring your leaflet to get your ticket. And that was a way of us actually making sure that it was local residents were actually going to, come in the evening and enjoy the concert. It wasn't going to be outsiders or whatever. And I think that's really, really important. But I think it's about showing the gift. It's as basic, because sometimes we make things complicated. The Care Zone's about showing people care and compassion, and that does lead to change. And if we can share, and encourage that gift of kindness within our community, what's better for your health, your mental health and your physical health, because you feel good about yourself, so other people will reap the rewards of that.
The Care Zone's been a great vehicle for, as Joe likes to refer to, having the Jimmies and Annies and people who very rarely have their voices heard about important changes within the area. And one example of that is the changes that will be happening to the currently named Marylebone Millennium Park, known locally as the Bone Hills, which is going to be going under some redevelopment in the future months. An amazing thing, I suppose, for us was that when the Care Zone and representatives from the Care Zone realised what those plans were going to look like, we questioned the amount of consultation that had actually been done by people who live in the area and who would directly benefit from that. So we managed to convince the City Council to rejig their consultation process, and they were very grateful for the opportunity then to come and speak to local young people, older people, and I suppose just a wider variation of people that live within the community about what they actually would like to see in the park. And as a result of that, some of the changes and proposed plans for the park now have been adapted to meet some of those needs, which probably wouldn't have been in, well, certainly wouldn't have been in the original plans. So for us, that's been a very encouraging thing, and that's actually seeing something in action to prove that young people, older people, and everybody that lives in the community does have a say. It is important, and maybe the Curzon is a useful vehicle then in terms of having those points of view and concerns and issues raised with those responsible for the upkeep, for the changes and the developments that happen within our areas.